I am so super excited for day one of this workshop. I have been thinking about this workshop for months and really, it's just so important to me. And it's important to me because I have been on both ends of the spectrum as far as health and wellness goes. I have been on the end of the spectrum where it's like, whatever, it's a free for all. And then I've been on the other end of the spectrum where I've restricted way too much and the shaming and the guilt and feeling like in order for me to be the best version of myself and to feel confident, I would have to not eat any of these foods and work out a whole bunch. And I've been on both sides of the spectrum. So I think that's why it's so important for me personally to share what I've learned over the years, because I have found such peace and contentment and joy of life being in the middle. So a lot of times you hear it as like a pendulum. And you can swing way over this way where it's like I said, just this free for all and I give up on this stuff. I'm just the way I am. There's nothing I can do about it. And we sulk and we're in this victim mode and we just, eat whatever and we're not doing any workouts and then we don't feel good. So then we swing back this way and okay, I have to get back on track. So I'm doing no sugar, no alcohol, no carbs, none of this, none of that. And then it's like, whoa, sister, you swung way back the other way of restriction and not allowing yourself any leeway, which is not sustainable, which then leads to you swinging back this way and feeling shame and why can't I stick to this and what is wrong with me? And it's just this constant back and forth when really we can find such peace and contentment right here in the middle, right here, the pendulum sitting right there. So I feel like I found that, and that's why I'm so passionate to share this with others. So, hey, Maggie, yay, thank you. It's so good to see you on here too. I'm glad you agree because it's just so true. And I think when you've experienced both sides, which I feel like 99.5% of women have, you're constantly trying for that middle ground, and it is there. It is true. It is there. So I'm going to, over the next 3 days, be sharing with you my tips for finding that. And for me, it really comes with three things: food freedom, and I love teaching concepts of intuitive eating. So food freedom, and then growing in our faith. And also fun fitness, okay? Not fitness for punishment, for something we ate, or you're doing it just because you have to, but really finding fun fitness that works for you, that you actually are going to look forward to, that makes you feel good. And it comes from a place, instead of punishment, from a place of love, like just wanting to respect and knowing you're worth it to feel your best. And that changes the game. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about all of those things. But first, before we get into it, I guess if any of you are new here, Happy New Year to you, Maggie. I hope everyone's had a great start to the year. It is the 4th, and that's something also that I'm going to talk about here in a minute. But Happy New Year. Thank y'all so much for being here. If you are new, my name is Kristin Kotzebue. I am a wife and a mama of 3. I have worked as a fitness instructor and a fitness coach for almost 6 years. And then I quit with the company that I was with because I really didn't want to be attached to a product anymore. I didn't want people to feel like, in order to, get coached by Kristin, I have to buy all these products. I wanted to separate myself from the products and really be more about the message and the mindset. Because that, like I said earlier, is what's so important to me. And what I really think is the game changer is getting in the right mindset. Because after that, it really doesn't matter what products or workouts you're doing. So I'm excited to be here with Pink Clay and my podcast, and that is just my heart's mission. But I wanted to talk to you today more about the food freedom. That's going to be kind of today's topic. And right now, I feel like is such a great time to have this because it's the new year. And that is like the number one time when everyone makes New Year's resolutions to lose weight. New Year's resolutions to go on a diet, right? I was recently at two different parties, and they were little and they were with people that I've been seeing for a long time. So, don't judge me. But one of them was for New Year's, very casual with a small group of friends. And the other one was at a football game get together for a bowl game. And, but in both places, certain women were talking about their New Year's resolutions for their health. And at the first event, it was New Year's Eve, and one of the girls was having some dips. There was some chicken nuggets there and a cocktail, and she was like, oh gosh, I should not be eating all of this stuff, but what the heck, it's New Year's Eve. Okay, so that was the first one. And that probably sounds familiar. Either you've said it yourself or you've heard it from somebody else. And then the other one was at the other event that I went to, and the girl just said, oh my gosh, this dip is so good. And she's like, I've just got to enjoy it while it lasts because come Monday, I am giving up all sugar. I'm going on a month-long detox. And one of the other girls said, well, why start on Monday? The kids don't go back to school till Tuesday. And she said, you're right, I'll start on Tuesday. And I don't say that to shame them by any means. I've been there. We've all said those things. We've all been around other friends or women that have said those things, and then we get a conversation about it. But I just thought that right there is the proof. Because why start on Monday when the kids go back Tuesday? For some reason, we've been ingrained that it's easier, that there's going to be this magical day where it's easier to stick to your goals, your resolution to give up sugar or give up alcohol or give up carbs, whatever it is that you feel like you have to do in order to reach your goals. So we feel like, well, if I start when the kids go back to school, that's going to be easier, But then your friend Heather calls and says, hey, we're all going out this Friday. You want to come? And you're like, oh, shoot, what do I do? Oh, and it's all this stress. You don't want to miss out on the fun, and you shouldn't. But yet you feel like, but life was supposed to be simpler right now. I'm supposed to be sticking to these goals. And the truth of the matter is, whether it's a Monday or a Tuesday, January 1st, why start then? We can start on Monday. We can wait till January 4th. Oh, but this kid's, we'll start January 5th because life's better then. It'll be easier on me then. But then we've got Valentine's Day. And then it's spring break, and we're going to be going on a week-long vacation to the beach. Can't stick to anything then. And then it's Easter, and then it's summer, and hanging out. The kids are home from school. We're going on vacations. And, fall, I got to kick it. I got to get back on track. Oh my gosh, but wait, then there's Halloween, then there's Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and then we're back to feeling like we've got to start this huge detox again. So my point is that life happens every day. And when we keep putting our health off and saying, I'll start on Monday, I'll start on this day, I'll start on this day, I'll start on this day, and we have this all or nothing mentality. And that's my main focus today, is talking about the all or nothing mentality that we have. We feel like we have to have all or nothing. I can have all the sugar because on Monday it's nothing. I can have all the cocktails. I can have all of the carbs because on Monday I'm saying no to it all. And that is not sustainable. That is not sustainable because and then all those dates I mentioned don't even include anniversaries and birthdays and, just date nights and girls' night outs and all those other fun, enjoyable things because we are living our life and we can't put it off and not attend things because we don't know how to eat in a social situation, or we want to stick to these guidelines and these rules that we've been told we have to follow in order to get results. But they don't work. They work temporarily. If you were to do some sort of detox or diet, sure, you're going to get results temporarily. But there's always a moment where you just go, ugh, I'm so sick of this. I just want to live my life. I'm done. And then we tend to go down that roller coaster of like restriction and then binging and restriction and then binging, and every time feeling like you're either doing great, man, I am so on track, I am feeling good, and then you reach your threshold and you can't take it anymore, and you're eating all this stuff and you get off track, and then you get back on track and off track. And it's why the diet industry is a multi-billion dollar industry. And it's because it doesn't work. That is why it is a multi-billion dollar industry, because it doesn't work. So I want you to really get out of that all or nothing type of mentality, that mindset that we've been taught, and get into that pendulum straight up and down. Okay. I want you to turn that or to an and. Instead of all or nothing, I want you to be greens and dessert. I want you to be, this and that. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. And I know because diet culture has told us for so long, oh, abs are made in the kitchen. And in order for you to reach your goals, you have to be disciplined. You have to give up these bad foods, these processed foods. You have to give up sugar. Don't eat strawberries because they've got sugar in them. And I always tell some of my clients that they'll come in and they'll be like, well, I read this article that says that this food, you shouldn't eat apples or carrots or tomatoes or strawberries because they're so high in sugar. And I'm like, yeah, they do have natural sugars, but they also have fiber and antioxidants and so many other good things. And we could go and research and find an article that's going to prove anything, like if we wanted to be no carb or this, we can find articles that are very counterintuitive. One that says this is good and one that says it's bad. And then this one says, oh, wait, actually, we found out it is good. I mean, it's always changing. It's always changing. And so I want you, again, to get that all or nothing mindset out, change the or to an and. You can have this and that. You can have salads and grilled chicken and vegetables and fruits and all those things, and some desserts and chips and queso and some wine. And you can combine it all to have this more of a pendulum, straight up and down, a balanced nutrition, and where your foods are fueling you. Your foods are fueling you. And maybe they're fueling you in different ways. Maybe one food is fueling you for a workout and giving you energy and the carbs and energy that you need for your workout. And one food is fueling you with antioxidants to boost your immune system. And another food is literally just fueling your soul, sitting down with your kids and having some ice cream while y'all all watch a movie. And so I just want you to get out of that good or bad food, that all or nothing. You can have both. Turn that and into an or. Okay? Turn that or into an and. I think the reason why people like the all or nothing mentality and they feel safe there is because there's no resistance. Okay? There's no resistance. There's no decision making. You don't have to make decisions because you're being told this is the way. No resistance, no questioning, no decisions to make. There's no gray area. It's just, this is how it's done. It's all or nothing. Don't eat these foods, eat these foods. Do these workouts, don't do this. Here's your plan, all or nothing. There you go. No decisions, straightforward, eyes down. But that's not enjoyable, and it's not fun, and it's not sustainable. I have been on many diets, restriction stuff in the past, and honestly, I'm miserable. I start off excited because I'm like, oh, hey, tomorrow's day one. Look at me. Today's my last free day. I'm drinking my wine. Oh, I'm going to eat some cookies. What else can I do? Hey, babe, you want to go on a date night? Have some Mexican food? What else can I do today? Because tomorrow's day one. Look at all this meal prep. I'm feeling good. I've got my chicken and my broccoli. And then I start day one. And it's easy because I'm prepared. Grab and go. Got what it's going. I'm feeling pretty good. Week one. week 2. But then, like I said earlier, life starts happening. Girlfriends start calling for fun nights out, or my husband wants to go on a date. I will never forget, this was 2 years ago. And it was after the new year. I was starting a program with some clients, and I decided, okay, I'm going to go all in on my food with them. And it was my husband and I's first date of the new year. And we go to this steakhouse, and I'm looking at the menu, and I'm like, okay, I really want to get that, but it's not on the plan. So I'm going to order this instead. And he said, do you want to get a bottle of wine? And I was like, no, I'm on that stupid thing. And he's like, okay. And I just sat there resentful. I was resenting these choices that I was making. And I was only making these choices because I felt like I had to, because that's the way. It's the all or nothing way. And if I didn't make these choices, I wasn't being good. I wasn't sticking to it. And I was already going to be off track when I had just started. Shame and guilt and all of these food rules were making me make these decisions. And I wasn't enjoying life, the first date of the year with my husband. And I'm not saying that the food is what makes these moments special in our life. We know that's not true, but they do help. And the point is, make the choices that feel good to you. We are not all the same. And I could eat one way where I feel like the pressure is off, and I can make food choices that make me feel good. I'm not thinking about food. I'm not stressing about food. I feel at peace. I'm in the moment. I'm living life. And you could make different choices that make you feel that way. So we all can make different choices, and these one size fits all or nothing type rules just don't work. And but when I look back on that date night, I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry, Kristin, that you felt like you had to make these choices in order to reach your goals, or in order to, you know, feel your best. And that if you didn't make those goals, I guess this is more importantly what I was thinking, that if I didn't make those choices, I was giving up, or I wasn't committed enough, or disciplined enough, or, being good on this plan. I wanted to be good at the plan. I wanted to be successful. I wanted to prove to myself I can do this. But at what cost? At not having the best date night with my husband for the beginning of the year. I just feel like life is so much more important. These moments that we have are so much more important to not be thinking about what we are or what we are not going to put in our mouth, to stress about food and to feel like, oh, I really wanted to order that, but I'm going to order this instead. And instead, just to go in with this weight off your shoulders of just like, hey, oh, I'm going to order this. I'm going to order this. I'm going to eat it with my husband. If I want to eat it all, great. If I'm full and I want to bag this part up to go, that's also great. But I'm living, it's this freedom, this weight off your shoulders. You're not thinking about the food. I'm thinking about my husband and our conversations. I'm enjoying some wine, and then I can leave. And then the next day, see how I feel and see what food choices I want to make that day. So again, I want you to walk away from this with remembering these moments that the new year is going to bring you, whether it's date night or fun times with your friends. If 2020 taught us anything, it's that we can expect the unexpected. And in this year, we might have some wonderful, great times, and we might have some super sad times. But these moments that we're given with the people that we love, you want to make the best of them. You don't want to be focusing on your food or stressing over, I really shouldn't be eating this. You're not enjoying it if you're thinking, I shouldn't be eating this. You want to be like, oh my gosh, this cake is so good. I'm so glad I'm eating this, and I'm going to enjoy every bite. And then when I'm done, I'm going to walk away and I'm going to feel satisfied, and I'm not going to feel guilty because I enjoyed this moment of my life, eating this cake, surrounded by people I love, celebrating this birthday, and then I'm going to leave and then continue living life. Right? And you actually can still reach your health and fitness goals by allowing yourself those moments, because you're probably going to have those moments anyway. It's just a matter if you're going to actually enjoy them or if you're going to feel guilty or have them in a binge moment and then be shameful afterwards. So remember that the moments are more important than the food choices. Enjoy yourself and live your life. And then the second thing is to get out of that all or nothing mentality. You can have both. Get out of the all or nothing, change the or to an and you can have this and that. You can have the greens and the queso. You can have it all. You can be right here and you can have a little bit of this side and a little bit of that side, but it's not the extreme ticks where you're staying way over here or way over here. You can just whoop, a little bit of back and forth, just right there in the middle. And that is just such a peaceful place to be, really. Okay, so let me see. I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover, but one little side note. For your homework, I want you to think about what you feel like in your life is an all or nothing mentality. Whether it's your food, when you feel like you have to, no sugar, no this, no that, like where in your life, is it with your nutrition where you go all or nothing? Is it with your fitness? Because I know a lot of women that they start a program, whether it's a running program, like they've got a running calendar set up, or a program that they're going to do on like Beachbody on Demand, or a group fitness. They've joined Orange Theory and they're going to go every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and they set these goals for themselves. And maybe, they're doing a Beachbody program and they get to day 5 and something comes up and they miss day 6. And oh, they're so mad. Gosh, I missed day 6. Now I'm totally off track. Everyone's a day ahead of me. And they just throw in the towel. Or, they're got a membership to Orange Theory and they go on Monday, they go on Wednesday, they go on Friday. They keep up with it for a few weeks, or maybe it's just a couple of weeks. And then they're like, oh gosh, my kid gets sick. I haven't been able to go to Orange Theory for three days. And then, they go back to work. I don't know. All these things come up and they're just like, you know what? This just isn't working. I can't, it's too much. I can't go there. It's just this all or nothing. We have it in our workouts. We have it in our nutrition. We have it in a lot of things. So I want you to write down, what are some of your all or nothings? Is it with your nutrition? Is it with your fitness? Is it with your reading? For me, it doesn't have to be this health and wellness stuff. For me, I know I want to read more books. And sometimes I feel like if I don't have like a full 30 minutes to sit down and, pop open a book and read, I just don't have time. When really I could find some 5 or 10-minute pockets here and get, 3 or 4 pages read just to settle my mind. It brings me joy. I love to read, but I hardly ever read because I'm all or nothing. I want all this time to sit and enjoy a book and blah, blah. And how often does that happen? We've got to get out of this all or nothing. And so again, whatever it is, I want you to write those down. And I'm going to do this too, because like I just said, that book one just popped in my head and I was like, oh my gosh, aha moment. I do it with my reading because every year I want to read more books. And so let's write down what we have in our life that we feel is all or nothing, whether we're aware of it or not. And let's change that. Let's change that or to an and see how we can implement that in our life. Okay. So that is your homework for today. And, again, this week is all about really just breaking free from those chains of diet culture, which all or nothing is a big chain that it has put on us. So we're going to gradually break through. And obviously there's way more work than just 3 days, but this is going to be a great start. And I would love to hear questions that y'all have. So anything that I've talked about today, if you like, let's say with that pendulum that you're like, I feel like if I don't go all or nothing, right? If I don't say, you are not allowed to have this, then I feel like I would eat it all the time. Like maybe that's a fear of yours. So maybe you can add that in your homework as you're writing about this. Like, what are some of your fears around believing that food can be this and that, that it doesn't have to be all or nothing, that that pendulum can be here. What are some of your fears about that? Because I hear that the most probably is that people fear that if they don't say, oh, no sugar, no carbs, no alcohol for this many days, I have to be over here, Kristin. Otherwise, I won't see results. I'll be way over here because I can't control myself around X, Y, or Z. That's probably the biggest fear, I guess, that I see from people. And again, it's because you've been taught the all or nothing. It's because you've been taught diet culture's rules for so many years that we've grown up with, but you actually can. How many of you have ever gone on a vacation, let's say, and you've just indulged? You've had cocktails every day. You've had, pancakes for breakfast. You've had dessert every day, your, pizza and all of these things. How many of you have done that? And when you get back, you think, oh, I just can't wait to have a salad. It's because when you get more and more in tune with the pendulum being here and with intuitive eating and this food freedom, you learn how to listen to your body, and not out of guilt, but out of what do I actually need? You start to actually listen to your hunger cues, because before you weren't, yeah, you felt hungry and you ignored them. Your body was like, I'm so hungry. And you're like, I'm sorry, body. I can't eat till 1 o'clock p.m. when my fasting is over. We've got all these rules for different programs, whatever it is you're doing. But our body doesn't trust you anymore because you're not feeding it when it's hungry, or you're not stopping when it's full. You're just following these rules. And when we get here, though, we become so much more in tune with our body, and you're not going to just be over here eating like crap all the time, because you would feel like crap all the time. And so you can get out from here and just be right here. Because you learn to listen to your body. And just like I was saying with that example of going to the beach, we've all been there where you've just indulged and you get home and you're like, oh, I just want a salad. Your body was like, I just need some nutrients. And that's where you learn to be. You learn to be able to have this and enjoy it and not feel guilty. But then you also have that because it makes you feel good. And this beautiful balance in the middle that fuels your body, both your giving you, like I said earlier, how different foods fuel your body in different ways. You're getting your antioxidants, you're building your immune system, you're getting the fiber you need and all this stuff, but you're also feeding your soul and enjoying moments with your husband or your kids or your best friends and not feeling guilty about it. And that is such a beautiful place to be. Okay, so I am going to wrap it up today. Perfect timing, 30 minutes. I'm going to try and keep it at 30 minutes every day. I know your time is valuable, and I thank you so much for being here. Like I said, it's just such an important topic for me because I have been on both ends and I have found that peaceful place right here. And I just want more women to find it because I don't like hearing the shame and the guilt when women are eating certain foods. I promise I'm going to wrap it up, but there is this post that I saw that, it really just kind of broke my heart. And it made me think like, yes, this is why we have to get this message out. And this is why we need to all come together and change this. But it said, I can't remember exactly what it said, but let's just say this. Let's just say that your daughter comes up to you and says, she's at a birthday party and she comes up to you and says, Mommy, I didn't eat the cupcake. Aren't you proud of me? And when I saw that post, I was like, oh my gosh, that makes me so sad. And we don't think about that sometimes, that our kids are watching what we do and what we say and how we treat ourselves. And would you be happy if your daughter came up to you and said, Mommy, I didn't eat the cupcake. Aren't you proud of me? You'd probably cup her little face and say, why didn't you eat the cupcake? Oh, because it'll make me fat. Or because I don't need that. Because I don't deserve that. Because I shouldn't be eating that, Mommy, right? That's what you say. You would just cup her hand and be like, baby, eat the cupcake. Enjoy the cupcake. Have fun at this birthday party. You don't need to lose weight. You're beautiful the way you are. Enjoy the cupcake. It would break your heart to hear her say that. So why do you feel like it should be true for you? It's like, I'm cupping your face. Just like I would with my little daughter if she were to say that. It's like I'm cupping your face saying, sweetheart, enjoy your life. Take care of yourself because you're worthy of it. Go on walks, take care of your body, eat this and that, but eat the cupcake and enjoy the party because you should be living your life. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there. Happy New Year. I love you. You're beautiful. I thank you so much. I will see y'all tomorrow for day 2. Bye.